This is Anne Griffin. It's Halloween, and I thought it was only right that I share with you a real estate story from a crypt. There was a realtor I knew named Dana who did home cleansings, not with Mr. Clean and a vacuum, but with candles, sage, chanting, and prayers. If a homeowner experienced weird happenings in the house, she did some research, and once she had discovered the background, she'd go to the house and do her work. Some buyers of Dana's had moved into a house built in the 1960s, about 6 months previously. They had a series of unexplained events: doors slamming, sounds from the empty attic, strange gusts of wind when all the doors and windows were closed. They were getting increasingly freaked out and in desperation turned to Dana. In Washington and Arizona states, sellers are not required to disclose a death or violent crime taking place in the house, but Dana learned from neighbors that there was a story associated with the house, that in 1975, a jealous husband had brutally murdered his wife while she was in bed with her lover in the master bedroom. The lover, too, was badly assaulted, but survived. The husband spent the rest of his life behind bars and died in 1987, but surprisingly, the lover bought the house and continued to live there. He passed away of natural causes in 1988. After his death, the home was discovered to be a shrine to his deceased lover, and the walls were plastered with news articles about the murder and the trial. When the house was sold, the estate naturally and legally disclosed none of this to the buyer. It was 1989 by the time the property changed hands. Fast forward to 2004. The home had changed hands 5 times since 1989. Dana learned that the house had a history of scaring its owners. None of the current neighbors had lived in the area when the murder had occurred, though. Dana learned that the latest sellers had remodeled the house with the latest in kitchens and decor, which was why the buyers decided to purchase it. The sellers had hoped that all the weird noises would go away when the doors were made more level, squeaks taken out of floors, and so on. But they didn't. Dana diagnosed 3 restless spirits in the house: the ghost of the woman, the husband, and the lover. She met in the home with the new buyers, although 2 children were sent to spend the night at Grandma's. Dana lit candles and started talking to the spirits, telling them it was time for them to move on to the next world and time for the husband and wife to stop hating each other. She told the lovers it was time for them to say goodbye to each other. She also rather sternly told them it was time for them to stop scaring people who had nothing to do with their past. She assured them they would find peace in the next world. Sitting in a circle on the floor, Dana and her clients held hands while Dana chanted what sounded like a Native American song, but it could have been anything. They sat like that a long time. Then Dana lit the sage and allowed it to smolder, giving off a very fragrant smoke. She walked around the house, waving the sage in each room, the bedroom closets, the garage, and even the attic. In each room she said, "Be gone. Go gently into the next world. Your place is no longer here. Go in peace." As she entered the master bedroom, a kitchen cupboard slammed. They all jumped, but Dana said quietly, "This room is the most poisoned of all." After waving the sage, she moved the candles into the bedroom and chanted some more. The buyers reported later that they felt a gradual lessening of the tense atmosphere the house had had since they moved in. Suddenly, the front door opened and there was a loud whoosh. The door slammed and the candles went out. The 3 people looked at each other. "They're gone," said Dana, "and they'll never bother you again." And they never did. This is Anne Griffin with Coldwell Banker in Mesa, Arizona, Halloween 2012.